What's up, guys? Okay, so today we're going to be with the Marion County, Florida Fire Department. A sheriff, I want to say it might be a chief of police, and a councilman, I believe, is going to speak about the employee at the fire department that went through apparently some hazing. According to the Marion County Sheriff's Office, 3 firefighters and 1 paramedic allegedly stripped, beat with a belt, and waterboarded a 19-year-old co-worker. The incident was reportedly sparked by a TikTok video dance found on the victim's phone. The victim was released only when a service call came into the station. The unidentified victim has been with the department for about 5 months and despite the incident refused to take leave and remained on the job. So they're going to talk about this. Also, they're shocked that this happened at the fire department. Are they? Because fire and police typically, when police have nothing to do, they can be found at the fire department, hanging out and shooting the breeze and shit like that. So I'm confused why they're confused that when fire department hangs out with law enforcement, they start acting like them. Anyway, we're going to let the video, we're only going to do about half of it because this half down here is people asking questions and they never give them a microphone so you can't hear them. Anyway, Marion County, Florida. What is it? Ocala? I think that's it. Ocala, Florida. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. Also, like 87% of people watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Here we go. Florida.
Into Fox 35 News Plus. This is Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods at the podium getting ready to talk about 4 Marion County Fire Rescue employees arrested after what they are calling a violent hazing incident. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Firefighters for a hazing incident that went horribly wrong. Before I get into the specifics...
Wait, a hazing incident that went horribly wrong. There should be no hazing incidents, right or wrong.
The arrests and what the charges are. I want to start off with this. I want to make something abundantly clear, especially to the citizens of Marion County. The leadership in the County Fire Rescue is a cut above. Chief Banta, his leadership, integrity, and in my values.
Yeah, of course. First we've got to have all the patting on the back.
Integrity, honesty, and trust is there. And that's the same for our county commissioners and our county government. What they believe in and what they stand for and what they will not
I believe this one right here is a commissioner.
tolerate. But unfortunately, we are here today because of these 4 firefighters who went a little bit too far with hazing.
A little bit too far?
Disappointing, absolutely. As the son of a firefighter myself, it is disappointing. It's no different than myself when a deputy does something wrong and I have to arrest them as well. The 4 firefighters and the charges in which they are facing is kidnapping, robbery, battery, and accessory. It all began over grease being smeared on the victim and a pizza later in the afternoon, or during the shift, I should say, over a pizza, belongings, and it escalated from there. It also, the whole thing began because the 4 that arrested, or individuals at the firehouse, wanted a video from TikTok that the victim had. They chased him down in the parking lot. Once they caught him, they removed his pants from him, took his belt, then began to strike him on the backside with that belt. The victim refused to give up.
Seems like that might be a form of sexual harassment. I'm just saying.
The phone was taken from him during this whole incident. Trying to gain access, these firefighters tried to get the password from him, in which he refused. During the process, they continued to escalate into these criminal acts. While they're trying to get into the phone, they took it even a little bit further. They removed his underwear and then again began to strike him on his backside, on his bare skin. The kidnapping comes when they took him and began to drag him through the parking lot, moving him from one location to another. And then at some point, One of them decided to go get, or someone mentioned, they decided to get a bottle of water and a towel and waterboard him, according to the victim, 3 times. During this whole incident, the victim fought and refused to cooperate and made it abundantly clear to each of them that this was outside of what he thought maybe could be perceived as something minor. And each of them should have known it. Unfortunately, they took it to this level. So, I am going to turn it over at this point to Fire Chief Jamie Banton.
So good morning today, and thank you for being here. Today I want to address the arrest and termination of 4 first responders from our department. Their actions, now the subject of serious felony charges, represent a disturbing violation of everything that this profession stands for. What occurred was unacceptable, inexcusable, and fundamentally contrary to the core values of our fire department. Let me be absolutely clear. These individuals involved in this incident forfeited their right to wear the uniform the moment they chose an act and manner that endangered, harmed, and betrayed a fellow firefighter. Their behavior does not reflect who we are and what we stand for. To our community, I know this news is upsetting. I know it may cause some to question their trust in the department, but I ask you to remember that we have more than 800 firefighters who come to work every day with one mission: saving lives, protecting property, and protecting this community. They respond at all hours, in all conditions, and in most dangerous situations unimaginable. The misconduct of a few should not overshadow the honor, commitment, and sacrifice of the many.
Here we go.
We hold ourselves to the highest standards.
Highest standards, and every time you turn around something, not like this, but it seems like it started with law enforcement and now fire has just decided to join in.
When someone violates those standards, we take swift and decisive action, as you've seen here. Accountability is not optional. It is the foundation of public trust. Outside of the ongoing criminal case, we are reviewing the investigation completed by the Marion County Sheriff's Office, which may include the actions or inactions of others who may have been aware and or present during this incident. If additional policy violations are identified, further administrative actions will follow. We will not tolerate a culture or environment where misconduct can go unreported. Our priority moving forward is ensuring that every member of this department works in a safe, respectful, and professional environment. We will take steps to enforce our core values, strengthen our reporting systems, and ensure that all personnel understand that their duty not only to serve the public, but to support and protect each other. And to our firefighters, paramedics, EMTs out there doing the job each and every day, thank you. And to our community, we remain committed to earning and maintaining your trust. I'd also like to make a special thanks to Sheriff Woods and the entire Marion County Sheriff's Office team for the way they've handled this professionally and ensuring that the individuals are held accountable. And at this point, I'll turn it over to Commissioner Zell.
Good morning. I want to start by acknowledging and thanking the swift, thorough, impartial work of the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Thank you, Sheriff Woods, for your professionalism and your commitment to transparency through this process. From the moment this incident came to our attention, we worked side by side with the Sheriff's Office to get the facts. Their work has been exemplary, and our partnership continues.
He looked like he should be in Texas, I'm just saying.
Used to be essential. But let me be absolutely clear. From the Board of County Commissioners, what occurred is absolutely unacceptable. It's disappointing. It makes me sick to my very stomach. We are deeply troubled by the incident. And personally, we want to apologize to the community for the way, this comes across. For these reasons that none of us can understand, a small group of employees treated the firehouse like a frat house.
They usually do. When you have police up there cahooting with fire, what do you think it's going to be? I'm just throwing that out there.
The behavior is absolutely disgraceful, disrespectful, and it will simply not be tolerated, as you can see here by our fire chief and our sheriff. Our fire stations are not hangouts. They're not social clubs. They're professional environments paid for by the taxpayers for one purpose: to protect the people.
Yes, the taxpayers. Thank you for noting that.
And the property of Marion County. And what makes this simply so disappointing is we rely on our firefighters to uphold that very highest standard of service and integrity. And just like us as elected officials, we take an oath to serve the citizens. Our firefighters as well take an oath to uphold the Constitution, obey the law, act professionally, protect lives and property.
Uphold the Constitution. We already know the police don't even know what that is. Fire? Seems like they're getting just as bad.
And serve their community and their fellow first responders with courage, discipline, and respect. The recent actions violated that very oath they took. They violated our policies. And more importantly, they violated the trust this community places in them and in us. So let me be clear, this is not about who we are. This is not who we are. This is not what we stand for, and we will not let it happen again. Our fire chief will make sure of it. We have initiated a comprehensive review along with Sheriff Woods to get to the very bottom. We are implementing additional standards and safeguards to strengthen our oversight, ensure every employee understands that professionalism is not an option, it is an actual requirement. And we will stop at nothing to root out the conduct that disrespects this county, undermines our mission, and jeopardizes the safety and dignity of our team. Marion County has zero tolerance for employees who batter and betray the trust of the people they serve. Zero tolerance for those who put their own impulses above their responsibilities. Zero tolerance for behavior that demeans the good men and women who serve honorably every single day, every single call, every single shift. Above all, our responsibility is to this community we love. Every resident deserves the full confidence of the men and women when they call 911 and we send responders to them. Every employee has the right to a safe, respectful, and professional workplace. We will uphold these standards without compromise, as you see here today. We will hold ourselves and one another accountable as well. And we will work tirelessly to ensure that our trust and your trust is rebuilt, reaffirmed, and protected every call, every moment we get the opportunity to serve this great community. Thank you.
All right, I'll open up the floor for questions.
Yeah, they're going to open up the floor for questions for the next 8 minutes, but you're not going to be able to hear the questions because they don't give anybody a microphone. So, as always, the link to this video will be in the description if you want to go watch the whole thing. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let's see what the comments got to say right quick. Just for a second. Just imagine what else they've gotten away with. Yes, that was not hazing. That was assault, sexual assault as well. That's what I thought. Torture is the term he's missing here, not hazing. Calling it a hazing that went a little too far seems like a major minimization. Yes, they always do that. Time for a new chief, a little too far. Committing crimes against a person is far more than a little too far. Yes, thank you. These firefighters are sickening humans, unfit for duty. That's assault, not hazing. Sexual assault, kidnapping, beating. Are you effing kidding me? Went too far? Yes, that's what I said. They did not take it a little too far. They abused, harassed, tortured, hurt, beat, humiliated, kidnapped, tried to drown him, etc. That is way more than taking it too far. They could have killed that young man, yes. The chief is responsible for the culture of this department, you would think. What are the names of the perpetrators? Notice a reporter had to ask the names. In any other situation, they would have pictures up and their names underneath. Yes, if it was you or I. Wow, this is absolutely appalling. I'm glad the victim came forward and the firefighters were rightly fired. Witnessed evil, period. Yes, this right here, if it was you or I, under the jail. I'm just saying. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, like 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button. We'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one. And I'm out.